Hello and good evening. I'm Steve Eager. It's 9 o'clock.
Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes. One day after an explosion leveled a home and severely damaged others nearby, people who live in this Waxahachie neighborhood are finally allowed to go back to their homes.
But for some families, the damage is too extensive for them to go back and stay. Meanwhile, officials are revealing more about the cause of the explosion. First on Fox 4 tonight, Deanna Zoge is in that Waxahachie neighborhood with kind of a status update as of right now tonight. Deanna.
Right now, the status update, Steve and Heather, is that people are allowed back into their homes, as you mentioned. Atmos did tell us today that is learning a little bit more about the cause of this gas leak and explosion, saying that a third party did significant damage to a gas line, but is not yet naming that third party. We do know that Atmos tested lines throughout the neighborhood, assured the fire department here in Waxahachie that there were no leaks, and people, as you mentioned, were allowed to come back in, some for good, others just to pick up a few of their belongings.
It's heartbreaking because, you know, it's your home, but I would give that up a million times to, you know, make sure my kids are okay.
With a trunk full of clothes for their 3 daughters, Jeff and Teresa Dotson came home to check out the damage on Arabian Road, but aren't staying, at least not for now.
Either we're out of our house for several months or we're looking for a new house.
Their home, although still standing, was not spared by the blast that leveled a neighbor's house, shooting its front door into the Dotsons' yard.
The firefighter says that it went across and bounced off our house.
And sending glass into homes nearby. The fire marshal took these photos showing shards of glass embedded in interior walls. By Tuesday afternoon, Atmos said it was safe for people evacuated to return to the neighborhood and that the explosion was caused by a construction crew hitting a gas line. The fire marshal says they also hit a sewer line.
We had a gas leak there. The gas permeated through the soil into that sewer line. We do have reports from the family that we had actual boiling in the toilet on Sunday night.
Fire officials won't yet say who damaged the lines. An independent investigator with Atmos is also looking into it. AT&T, which has been doing some work in the area, says it is cooperating with the ongoing investigation. In the meantime, many on Arabia Road are allowed to go home. But Susan Gines, her sister and daughter, could only come back for a few minutes to pick up belongings and search for their pets. Their house, next door to the blast site, is damaged beyond repair.
Yeah, it's hard to even think about it, to wrap your brain around it. And you think to yourself, what do I have to have out there? If I had to have something, and you're constantly thinking of things.
Tough situation for that family. They tell us they also haven't been able to find a cat and a dog, their family pets. They are mainly, though, asking for prayers for their neighbors. The neighbors inside that home that was destroyed, Adele Chavez, who's 65 years old, and her brother, who were inside that home when it exploded on Monday morning. We're told that the brother is in good condition at Parkland Hospital tonight. Adele still remains in the ICU. The hospital lists her as fair condition, but her church says in a status update that she's still in intensive care. Steve, back to you.
All right, Deanna, expand a little bit on the Waxahachie Fire Marshal talking about at one point Sunday night, the toilet water in the family's toilet was boiling. I guess there was just so much gas bubbles. Is that what we're to believe?
That's what he says. Gas bubbles, perhaps air bubbles as well, inside the toilet there in the home that exploded. The way that he explained it is that there was damage to the gas line, but that gas line that was damaged actually went to the home across the street. It was that sewer line that carried the gas into the home that eventually exploded. We got some clarification on what that toilet situation looked like from a neighbor who lives next door, is also good friends with Adele Chavez. She said that she went over Sunday night, saw this sort of bubbling, heard the popping inside the pipes. They thought there was air in the pipes or something else wrong. They called a plumber but didn't hear back. But this neighbor says that she nor Adele smelled gas. They smelled toilet water. They smelled sewage. They did not know that there was a problem, that this was an emergency situation. And the neighbors across the street say that they were without gas since Friday. Were calling Atmos to complain about not having gas, thinking that perhaps had been mistakenly cut off, but they also did not smell gas, and they also did not call that emergency line, believing that those events would have led to this explosion, the situation that we saw Monday, Steve.
Yeah, something was clearly going on late last week. It may have started all this. All right, thanks, Deanna Zoga, live in Waxahachie.